Who was like? I know it was Katy Perry and Jeff Bezos. I think.
Okay. So it's Katy Perry.
Yeah.
She was the richest one there.
Yes.
She had the highest net worth. Gayle King, who was like an anchor.
Oprah's friend. Yeah.
Yeah. You had Lauren Sanchez, who was Jeff Bezos's broad white
lady, whatever she is.
Is she just like like? Does she do anything? Like,
I have this all pulled up because I was anticipating this.
She's just accrues money.
So
Would have been me.
that's all Bezos does too, really.
That's fair enough. Yeah. For different reasons.
But I know why he's like.
Okay, so the women that were involved, obviously Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez. We already said this. I'll also just say their net worth.
Yeah.
So I think this was as of. No, wait, no. Okay. So her estimated net worth is $400 million.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. Lauren Sanchez, 55-year-old American news anchor and entertainment reporter. Did not know that.
That's news to me.
She has a net worth of $30 million. Is that what just Jeff gave him from his pants pocket or something?
Probably.
Like that.
Yeah.
That's impressive for like just a news anchor that like.
Yeah, she's probably worth more just with the ability with her just sucking them off.
Rarely known currency. Here's $1 billion bill.
Yeah, right.
We got Gayle King.
Yeah.
Who is a well-known TV host. She is worth $40 million. Carrie Ann Flynn, who is a film producer, her net worth is at least $7 million.
That's more reasonable.
Yeah,
it's like a well.
That is probably. And I don't know what else you're going to say, but that actually seems a little. It's not going to change my opinion in any way. Shape,
Right.
or form.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's like it's in theory it's attainable.
Ashaya Bow. They don't have her, but they have that she was just that she's the CEO of a STEM board, a technology business managing a $947 million project.
I'm sure.
And then Amanda Guillen, her net worth is not revealed as of yet. But the price of getting onto this rocket was $150,000.
It seems cheap, considering, like all their net worth, like that seems like kind of attainable.
Incredibly interesting.
So I feel like, my immediate thought about that is that it's an arbitrary number because, like, in other words,
that's what it seems like to me.
That is a low number.
Considering what we're talking about.
A lot of people have $150,000.
I think that's a manufactured number.
Yeah, because these people were chosen, right? So then the number is arbitrary.
When you say chosen, were they I'm
saying that's what I think.
Were they picked, or did they were in like a lottery of a bunch of rich people to go?
Whatever level cronyism is, it's not even cronyism, but that's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah. It was a publicity.
I think it's publicity stunt, and I think that number is manufactured to make it seem like it's almost successful.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah. I'm doing this and I'm bringing it to everybody. Because $150,000 is a lot of money for most of us, but at the same time, it's not an amount of money where it's like
for what we're talking about.
Yeah. How many people own houses and your house is worth 3 times that?
Yes, yeah.
So it's not a crazy amount.
Also,
it's not insurmountable. Yeah. It's attainable.
Yeah.
That's why
but it's a bullshit
manufactured.
Yeah. What did it actually cost to put them up there?
Oh,
not $150,000.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Even combined what was that? 6-7 people you went up there?
Yeah, it was like 6 people, and they were up there. They were technically past the line where it's legally internationally recognized as in space. No. They were there for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So they're in like the upper stratosphere.
Yeah.
And what was the guys?
Yuri Gagarin go.
What was the guys of it? Why were they doing this? What was the guys?
It was all females.
Well, I get that. It was publicity.
It's all female thing, and then it's the Blue Origin thing is supposed to be Bezos's version of space tourism.
Yeah. That's his SpaceX.
So all right, so that makes sense why that one lady was on there, and
that's why I think the $150K is because that's attractive to the people that can. It's close enough. People that can afford that are not that incredibly rich.
And that went to, I guess, to the space mission, not like to charity, also, where Bezos just sends you up just because.
I have to say this. People are like, "Oh, Katy Perry, she's not an astronaut."
No, she's not.
I'm
sorry. That's where I'm going to fucking tee off.
Did anybody think
because it pisses me off so much that like when they came back and like I can pull this up, but you know, some celebrities like Olivia Munn's like, you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
What the hell were you doing? Like, what is this?
Right.
And like Gayle King coming back is like, well, you just don't understand, and we did this and we did that.
What
You
did you
didn't
do
do
up
anything. You took a bus.
Yeah.
You took a goddamn bus.
Yeah, it's like
they
I've
did?
flown on a plane. That doesn't make me a pilot.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
and
actually fair.
and it undermines all of every astronaut, but especially since they tried to make it into like, well, only 14% of the people who have gone into space are female. It's like, yes, they all earned it. They fucking earned it
Yeah.
because they went to the Naval Academy and they fucking became astronauts. Or they didn't go to the Naval Academy and they did it through some other fucking way. But
Yeah.
seriously, this is your feminist fucking talking point. That, oh wait, no, we're astronauts now.
And the
We
ones
did
they
nothing.
chose, like, to be the feminist face for this is like Katy Perry.
It's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
crazy.
Well, it's also the captain was his goddamn wife. It was Jeff Bezos' wife that was the captain.
She-
What the fuck does she know about space travel?
His newly current wife.
Yeah. And I'm sorry that I go on this profanity-laced tirade about it, but like, come on. There were two astronauts that were stuck in the International Space Station for 9 months,
I did
and
forget
nobody
that.
gave a shit. They were just like, maybe like somebody sent out a tweet every once in a while, and like maybe they write a freaking a news article about it. But like for the most part, nobody talked about
No one gave a
it, especially
fuck.
compared to this.
Even
I
when they
still
went,
don't
they
know
came
why
back,
Putin
nobody
did that.
gave a shit.
The one broad that freaking came back from the I say broad
Space
but-
station.
But like she came back and then she realized that like I don't know if it was her husband or her lover or whatever was cheating on her. She put a diaper on, drove from
Oh,
freaking
yeah, that
Orlando,
one. Yeah,
like
yeah.
from Houston to Orlando to like put not even the guy. She
No,
put-
the girl.
The girl. And she was I think she was in the Navy, so this
Yes.
was an Air Force captain.
Yes,
She just went to go freaking absolutely like she got accused of like kidnapping. Or, like,
Kidnapping. She
taking
pepper sprayed the
hostage.
shit out of
Yeah.
her.
wow.
So, like, even that woman who was like discharged from the Navy and like lost her ability to be an astronaut because of all that, she's an astronaut. You aren't.
That's the kind of determination that I look for in a female astronaut.
Yeah, absolutely. Willing to wear a diaper
Yeah.
and drive across
Any
the country
gender. Yeah.
just to fucking put somebody in their place.
Damn right.
That's the type of person that I want running
That's
this company.
gumption.
Yeah.
That's gumption.
But also, so I want to contrast this too
Yeah.
with so this is not like new.
No.
Like a couple years ago, William Shatner
Yeah,
did the
Shatner,
same
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
and when
yeah,
he came back, he was like, "Oh, this was such a great gift that you gave me. Like this feeling, I never want it to go away." And he talked about like everyone should do this. Everyone should just see what it's like to see like the Earth from space and all this stuff. And he was just talking it up so majestically, like. It humbled him. And these women are taking like selfies, like, "Oh, you go, girlfriend." Like, are you? I'm sorry. Is this just a narcissistic freaking like tour? Like we're all just like, "Oh yeah, no, absolutely, you're an astronaut."
So
Go.
they just wanted to film a TikTok or something.
For the 4 minutes they were in space.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bunch of nonsense. Katy Perry like had a little thing, like whatever, saying a bunch.
Which is why they were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To do the selfies, to post it, etc.
The best stuff happened after landing.
Oh yeah.
So like it lands and it's like a whole thing. So like Jeff Bezos is there for the retrieval of like the pod and stuff like that. And he runs up to the window and he goes, I guess, to go to the door and face plants on the ground immediately.
I love that.
Which I love.
Yeah.
And then like, all right, so like they get the pod open, all this stuff like that. Oprah's there, of course.
well, Gayle Kim's there. They're like
Gayle
they're
King's there, yeah. And then like they open the door and like Katy Perry comes out and then they put a carpet on the ground. She comes out and then comes out and like kisses the dirt.
Can we talk about like, and I'm like this sound like maybe this will sound funny, but like I mean this so seriously. Can we talk about how we live in a dystopian society?
What are you really trying to do?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on the one hand, you've got like Star Trek, and then you've got this. And this is real. And Star Trek is a show. And this is dystopia. That's insane.
This is also a show, though.
But that's but I mean one of
It was all a show because they had already opened that fucking door. It was all just a freaking photo op.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. Doors open. Carpet on the ground.
Yeah. I was like, oh wait, no, they already opened the door. You got to close it, ladies.
Yep.
Got to close it,
Yep.
just so we can stage him fake opening it with a wrench. Like, yes.
Let's do this one more time.
Yeah,
Is
Take it on the
humanity
top.
exploring the stars something that we, think is valuable as a species to further ourselves and escape whatever mistakes we've made here and be better? Or is it a photo op for, whoever these people
Well, in this
You know what I
instance,
say?
it's a photo op.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a photo op.
It's
All that
dystopic.
nonsense. They should have strapped 4 more engines on and just kept it going.
Yeah.
Did you see? They put out some sort of like tweet or whatever, and it was Katy Perry just came back from space or whatever, and the Wendy's account said send her back.
I did, yeah. I did see that. I've also been seeing a lot of like the rocket taking off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in comparison to Austin Powers, when Dr. Evil,
It is also
shoots
the
his
most
missile,
phallus
that's like-
rocket
Yeah.
I've seen in a long time. It is just full mushroom head rocket.
yeah, it's just the dick and shaft. There's no balls to this one.
But
Where
they
it-
should have the
but-
dick and balls for extra fuel so it can keep
Well,
going.
maybe those fell off when they went up. You know,
But it's funny. It's funny. So, like, obviously, these are publicity stunts.
Yeah.
But, like, the other ones that bring real astronauts into space explode all the fucking time.
Where do our priorities lie?
Yeah.
Right? Where are we at?
Sally Ride is rolling in her grave.
Well, that was what I was going to say too. It's just like these women act, especially Gayle King, as if they had done something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because did you not acknowledge that like you are not the first woman to go into fucking space?
'cause,
Like
this-
Sally
you
Ride
guys
is not a
know that.
sexual position.
Like, this whole display, I'm sorry, and I really mean this to
Urban
me.
Dick-
Like,
Urban
it
Dictionary
almost
beg to differ.
degrades.
Yeah.
Like, from
Kind of takes away from
the
the
real
legitimacy
women that
of
have, like,
those that
like,
have
fucking done the work.
They did the work, and there
Yeah.
were so many women that, like, I know STEM fields and being an astronaut
Sure,
isn't like
sure.
a very popular thing among women, just generally speaking. But like, there are little girls that grew up wanting to be a fucking astronaut, but couldn't because maybe they had some sort of problem physically and they couldn't go through the freaking process. Maybe they're too poor, so they can never actually go to the right school
and
to
I
do
was-
that.
and I
That's
would
my
say-
question is like what like pre-tests and training did these women go through?
They're rich.
Well, yeah, but you're also still going you're in a fucking rocket that's doing
No,
whatever
they're
G's and
rich,
shit.
so it doesn't matter.
They're rich. That's why they were able to do it. But they're allegedly.
allegedly.
Let me see if I have that. pulled
I'm
up.
sorry, I
There is-
looked at it before.
There is
but
health criteria and shit to that.
None of them are, like, mission capable of saving the mission if it goes wrong.
Right, yeah.
Well, oh, yeah, there's that too. But like,
And women, as far as I understand it, female astronauts, like more or less leading up to this
sure.
weird moment in time, had to go through even not more rigorous training, but that it's more challenging for the female body because of the differences, basically loss of calcium and zero gravity, things like that. Women have to work harder to do that job. So there should be even more lended to that in terms of praise, recognition,
This whole
etc.
thing
And
just
it's all
seems-
sapped away by that.
Right, and I'm not the biggest feminist
it shouldn't
out
be,
there,
but you know
but
what I
like
mean,
it seems so offensive to the women that
work.
put their nose down to the grindstone, did everything
work,
they had to do.
Got her ass into. I'll just use the Naval Academy because it's the one school that put them that made the most amount of astronauts. Worked your ass off. Got on the Naval Academy. Not an easy school to get into.
Defied everything.
Defied everything. Put your body through that freaking limit. Learned how the fucking machinery works. Learned how all of this shit is supposed to work. And you denigrate those women and also male astronauts too by being like, oh, look at me, I'm an astronaut. No, you're not.
Yeah, like they had nobody on that ship that like was really piloting it.
I'm
Like,
sure they had like
Jeff
a mission
Bezos
control
hit go, and then it goes.
Well, yeah, because wasn't there at least like one real astronaut on?
I would imagine that somebody was piloting.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there was that one woman.
Also, they barely went into space.
Well,
Well, that's true.
The one woman, Aisha
It's like an
Bo,
Yes, yes,
she was
The
like
only one
an
that's not-
engineer. She had some background with NASA, so she was probably the one that was actually qualified.
Right, yeah.
My ire is aimed at like Katy Perry.
Yeah.
My ire is aimed at Gayle King,
How
especially since
old
she's
is Gayle Kim? Because I know she's old, like Oprah old, like, you know. How old is Oprah? What,
She's
she's like in her.
confusing to look at.
Well, yeah, but like she's like 50 or 60 years old. Like that's pretty old to go into space.
Because like you're not actually doing full. It's kind of just like an up and hanging down.
You're touching the exosphere, and then coming back down.
This is not like real space travel.
Yeah,
it's
a super high plane flight.
I think it's almost mostly automated too. With the way the technologies are,
so maybe that's what the test was. Like Bezos is testing this technology. Like, yeah,
it was a publicity stunt. But that said, I mean, as far as like the automation of it, it said it's obviously so monitored that you could call it automated in that regard. It's pre-programmed, and you need somebody who's on board that can fix it if something fucks up.
One person, probably who you just mentioned, was there in a whatever degree of fail-safe scenario, and that was probably her entire job. Was there, if anything goes wrong, she has these X options that she is trained in to get these high rollers back down to
if
Earth.
Something goes wrong, we need somebody to fix it. But if it goes according to plan, then basically it just does this, and we pick it up.
The part that I love about it is like how expensive it is to do that, regardless of who's in the ship.
That's why the ticket price is such a sham, because it costs well more than that to get that thing up there.
Yeah, and then people are hungry, people are homeless.
That's my
why are we wasting
But
it?
it's also an incredibly tone deaf thing to do at the time.
Yeah, I'm I don't consider myself like anti-capitalist, but at the same time, I look at the fact that we've got, realistically in this country, we've got like 3-4 billionaires at the top of the food chain. And they're so wealthy that they're also so bored that they're just like launching their girlfriends into space, for fun.
Yeah, he just spent like hundreds of millions of dollars to get a 10-minute break from his wife.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Honestly, that's the only one I accept is her going up. The other ones, it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, because he's going to pay for it anyway.
Policies.
Right? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
It's an unwinnable bet. Or no, it's not. No, it's a very winnable bet. If you're Bezos. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I pulled up at least some of them. I know there was you had to go up 7 flights of stairs in a certain amount of time.
Yes.
I'm out.
I probably do not qualify for this, but goddamn.
I couldn't even do the 3 for the fire department thing.
So they also have to be able to sit strapped to a seat for 40 to 90 minutes without getting up or going to the bathroom and spend that amount of time.
How long? 90 minutes? I have a real hard time.
40 to 90 minutes, especially with 6 women?
No, I've been on the Parkway. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, we did that on the ride down.
I got that.
Astronauts must be between 5 foot, 100 pounds, and 6'4", 223 pounds.
Is that all is that for all astronauts?
There are actual height restrictions for actual astronauts.
Yeah.
They're all
100
pounds.
Being able to reach things.
No, I get why, but I just thought they were, any of the actual astronauts that go into space, I thought they were heavier than 100.
Fighter pilots. There are literal restrictions.
Yeah, because I think I would be too short.
Yeah.
For fighter pilot.
To be a fighter pilot.
And you also have you wear glasses, so you can't do that then.
That's not helpful.
That was actually one of my better jokes when I went to Seaside with Mr. Mechanic, Dorian, and Mr. Mechanic's father. We were just joking about how short I am. And then he's just like, oh, yeah, you couldn't fly a plane. And I'm like, yeah, I'm too short and I'm too dumb.
Oh, boy.
It's just, this...
What are some of these other, because how old is Gayle King? Because I know she's
70.
old.
I looked at it.
Oh, 70.
70.
7-year-old.
She's very confusing to look at.
Well, I mean, in that example with William Shatner, I think he was the oldest person to go into space because he was 90.
Old. Yeah.
Oh, really? He was that old when he...
Yes.
But also,
what's his face went back to space. He was a proper
Buzz Aldrin.
Was it Buzz? It was Buzz.
It might have been
Aldrin,
Buzz Aldrin, but I'm not
he
quite
went
sure.
back. I don't know if it was over that age. I'm just saying that he went back, and it was a big deal at the time.
Yeah,
it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was in the early 2000s, maybe
something like that. He was old.
He would have been in his 70s.
Yeah,
I believe. I don't distinctly remember, but listen, he's an old fuck.
Yeah. Well, the bottom line, I'll say this: with all the space tourism bullshit, just in general, despite what I guess they're trying to market, it's super fucking expensive to send anything into space.
You were saying that was Buzz Aldrin?
That's who I was guessing.
That's what I was guessing.
According to this, Buzz Aldrin has not been back to space since the
So
Apollo
one of them
11
did
mission.
All right, well then not
Yeah, I
that
don't
guy.
remember who.
Yeah. Well, I
Some
mean,
other old.
whatever the case, like there are multiple entities vying for the space tourism thing.
Yeah.
And it just reminds me, and this is a niche movie, but like if you like Blomkamp movies, like Elysium, where the super rich elite go live on the
Exactly,
space station out in space,
That's what
and the
it
rest
is,
of us
yeah.
are just here to die and make mine minerals
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
And
The divergence of
The
society.
Fifth Element, like there was a space cruise.
Oh, the space
you know?
cruise, yeah, it's crazy.
Lost in Paradise.
Yes. Well, that's where they were headed.
That was the space cruise. Yeah, that was the name of the thing.
I thought that's where they were heading to, was Lost in Paradise.
Lost in
And,
Paradise was the cruise
ship?
ship. That was the destination and the vessel.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
It was just
yeah.
the
It was a
trip
cruise
on
ship
it, yeah.
in space. Yeah.
All right, so
Because like cruise ships are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Just in the
And
water.
Lost in Paradise is the best. You've never been?
No, I haven't. I've seen pictures, but
tell
So
you.
what this is saying is, because I had to just look up to find the right information, you have to go up 7 flights of stairs in less than 90 seconds.
Okay.
how was Gayle King doing that?
Wow. I don't
That was
know.
a-
I mean, and I say okay, knowing full well I'm not doing that.
oh yeah, I know. I can't do that.
I'm assuming that I can't, since that's the challenge. Otherwise, I don't know. It seems like that's doable.
With enough
How tall
training.
are the
that-
flights?
Okay.
Yeah, what are you talking
Was
about?
a
Like
flight
half
is
flights
a
here?
story or
Oh, you're looking for that information? Jeez, I was able to find this
Well,
information.
what's a standard flight of stairs?
I thought
Just
you-
assume it's that.
I thought you meant what the rocket's doing. The rocket is going like, what is that, 64 miles up to cross the border?
about yeah. Well, it's so like, yeah. I mean, the flight of stairs, but it's the things that real astronauts have to fucking do.
Yeah.
Is like being able
10
to
feet,
tolerate
13 feet.
heavy G forces, like all this stuff, and it's just I just feel like it's such a cheapening of all of.
And I wouldn't be complaining about any of this if they had just come back with a shred of the humility that William Shatner came back with. It's like, oh, this is just such an experience. Everybody should do it. Oh my God, it'll open your eyes to this, that, and the other thing.
And for
she's
him
like,
to do it.
But that's not the goal.
But that's not how they're wired either.
Yeah. You chose those people because they would say what you want them to say, to pitch this as the thing that you want to pitch it as.
Who chose them, and like who else was like in the
Jeff
running?
Bezos' fucking thing. Man.
Was there any like other people in the running that were not picked for this, or did they not mention any of that?
There was no lay people.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know not
Bezos and
lay
his
people,
marketers chose these people.
but like when there's a role, a big role in a movie, people go to audition. So like they obviously had to do these
Jeff Bezos isn't making
physics-
movies, and if he did, he would do it
Also,
like Elon Musk and just pick the people. the way
Auditions
they
are
fit.
not like democratic things.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, but you still have to go and go through
are no
those
rules.
tests.
There are no
So
rules.
like
There are
who?
no rules. When
Is
you're
there a
dealing-
list of like people who didn't who tried to go but or who signed up and
Sure.
went through it and they were just like
it
no.
doesn't even fucking matter.
Well, I want to know who else
This
was
is Jeff
who it
Bezos'
could have been.
Stupid little pet project.
Yeah, he was bored. And a couple
He
billion
was bored.
dollars
Let me
spent.
shoot my wife into space
Yeah.
with 5 other broads.
Yeah.
He's living
Whatever,
that Cramden
my
life.
last wife really fleeced the shit out of me. Let me see what happens with this one.
He's living that Ralph
Thank
Cramden
God I'm
life.
still rich.
Bang, zoom right to the moon.
Right? It really gives no meaning to that.
It's just crazy, and like I don't see it as any sort of pinnacle of fucking anything. I feel like it's a degradation, dilution
Yeah.
of real achievement, and like embarrassing. But it shows the state of our times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything
Yeah.
that you
And
just
the
said,
fact that this is like we're talking about this, meanwhile, as I said before, 2 astronauts stuck in the International Space Station for 9 months. And they're
9
like,
months.
and to be there for that amount of time too, there's actually some sort of like physical ramifications,
There are.
some health
Oh, yeah.
ramifications for doing that.
Bone degradation,
Yeah.
like fully lifelong implications.
And like, no, can't talk about that.
No.
But what we have to talk about is Katy Perry going to space and kissing the ground. As if, like, no, like, you are actually in space. You know who should be kissing the ground? Those 2 fucking astronauts. Real astronauts.
Meanwhile, she's driving cross country to go beat the shit out of someone.
Good. You know that you know what? I have her name. I have her name pulled up, and like this is going to sound like I'm advocating for violence, but
sometimes it's necessary.
Lisa Nowak, maybe we got to call upon your services one more time. There's about 5 women that you might need to put in their place.
Goodbye, YouTube.
And, like another thing too is like it's just so bombastic. So like women that are astronauts, like it's not a sexy look, and you see these fucking. I'm sorry, but it's such an optics game.
Yeah, the
All
jumpsuit
it is in these like slim fit jumpsuits. It is just all about optics, and it's such a lie.
They should have leaned into it. Katy Perry should have just had half zipped down.
I'm sorry, my tits flopped out.
If you're gonna sell it,
those G's.
Yeah.
And where are the conspiracy theorists on this one? Like, did they really go up there?
The conspiracy theorists don't even know what to do with this.
Well, actually, no. They're already saying it's fake because based on that one video, there's like, oh, they didn't really actually go there.
Oh, you know what? I did actually see a clip of that where it looks like a fake, like mannequin hand.
Yeah, it's.
Whatever. I don't care.
It's
all stupid. I hate it. I hate it.
I don't care if they did it or not. It's just their shitty attitude when they came back, and like these celebrities were just kind of like, you didn't do anything. Like going into space is supposed to further the knowledge of mankind to our existence, to like the universe,
and see. That's exactly where you're wrong, because you're projecting what you think it should be, and Jeff Bezos would look you square in the eyes and say, nope, I'm just furthering whatever my image is, and so on and so forth. It's just the nature of marketing.
Well, that wasn't me. That was Olivia Munn.
Yeah,
and I would not expect Olivia Munn to be that, I don't know, smart.
Olivia Munn.
It wasn't only her, too. There were a bunch
few.
of...
Do I have that pulled up?
Where do I know Olivia Munn from?
It is just so ridiculous. But it's people eat this shit up. Yep. I can't tell you the amount of shit I've seen. It's like Katy Perry's an astronaut. Like, no, she's not.
It is a great distraction from everything else.
Yeah, I was going to say that. We want the distraction.
People love the fucking the soma of celebrity is just so crazy. Yeah. They love it.
We attach ourselves to these personalities, and part of it is to be made to believe, or that we choose to believe, that it's like some sort. Not only that it is attainable, but that you want to attain it. You know.
But aside from Katy Perry, the rest of them are like, they're celebrity-ish, but they're not real. Like,
I can't.
Maybe Gayle King a bit for like the older crowd, but
I would say that's kind of where I was leaning to. But like, whatever the case,
it's the other ones,
optics game. It's just so. I just love that his stupid blue origin just looks like a giant cock. It really does. It is such a mushroom head fucking thing.
Yeah, it reminds me of Wong Burger from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
It's obscure, but
it's very obscure. I'll give you points for that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know what they count for, but you get points.
You can cash them in later.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I'm going to get that spider ring.
But it's just indicative of the state of the world at this point, you know.
It's reflective of where we are, what we value, how I would argue where we're failing. You know,
massively.
It's that. We're just disconnected from. I don't know. I guess like things that I personally feel like should matter more.
You could have sent that rocket up to get those people off of the space station a lot fucking faster.
And it's like, I'll like listen straight up. So this is me being very presumptuous. I don't know really shit about Katy Perry, but like, I don't know if she's done anything really lately other than be on TV shows or something. Maybe there's just even a continuation of her own.
She's image. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be funny. She's a musician, right?
Yeah, like for the most part,
musician.
Okay, all right.
So I have this punch.
I think she's largely. She might just be.
I think I'm the youngest person here.
I think she's an automaton. She might fully be an automaton of some sort.
So
which I think
I could see. Yeah, there is a conspiracy theory about that.
Olivia Munn said, "What are they doing? I know this probably isn't the cool thing to say, but there are so many other things that are important in the world right now. What's the point? Is it historic that you guys are going on a ride? I think it's a bit gluttonous. Space exploration was to further our knowledge and to help mankind. What are they going to do up there that has made it better for us down here?" We also have Emily Ratajkowski.
Oh, I know of her existence.
Yeah.
I don't distinctly remember what she's done, but yeah,
She's another actress.
Yeah.
That space mission. Well, I can't say that. Space mission.
This is
this
after
morning.
hours.
That's end time shit. Like, this is beyond parody. Saying that you care about Mother Earth and it's about Mother Earth, and you're going up in a spaceship that is built and paid for by a company that is single-handedly destroying the planet. She then went on to speak about the resources that went into making the mission happen. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, that's a point that's kind of valid. Like, you're not allowed to bitch about climate change anymore. Like, you can't fucking go on this ride and be like, oh, we've got to help the Earth. It's like, you hurt the Earth according to what you believe.
To use the phrase that you very often used, and it's virtue signaling.
Yeah.
It's not. It's pure marketing, and it's fucking obnoxious. I don't even know.
It just shows the nature of it. Is that nothing truly matters. It's all image in any given moment. That's it. No message is valid. No message is genuine. It's just whatever they think, tone deaf or not, is going to make a splash at any given time.
We're supposed to recognize that, observe it, worship it, etc.
Yeah.
To a degree. I mean, we're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
To a degree, it does work. You know, we're talking shit about it, but like we're
Still talking about it.
Some people do worship that. And they're like, I don't know what they think, but it's like, I could do that or whatever. They look at it positively, you know, but I mean, that is the state of affairs, you know, and how we arrived here, you know, that's the conundrum.
It's
but
also
I just don't
not
see,
a
I don't see the
surprise to me at all.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise to me at all.
And it's only going to get worse.
I'm a classical Marxist, so
Yeah,
I mean, you don't need to preach to me.
No,
baby.
I don't. I know that.
Dan, remind me
Sometimes
why
it's gonna
I know
talk
Olivia
myself
Munn.
Oh, I get it.
Say that one more time.
Remind me why I know Olivia Munn. I just can't.
She was Psylocke. In,
Okay, that.
Yeah,
all right.
Pocket.
All right,
This
that's.
is how you would know Olivia Munn.
That movie was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She was also like a VJ on like G4.
Yeah, I kinda remember
she was
from
on
that.
Attack of the Show.
Right,
Oh, I
right.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Good pull.
Right?
But I knew she was on one of those gaming channel things, G4 or something.
One of these things.
I also just heard it today. I was catching up
All
on
right,
some
well, fair
things,
play.
so,
I'll
no.
still give you the credence. Although you should feel hollow in it.
Yeah, I feel hollow.
I always feel a little hollow person.
But I don't feel as hollow as those women who didn't go into space.
I thought you were like, I got confused because I thought you were doing a closeout to an episode. I'm like, I thought we were done.
Oh, we can finish it whenever you want.
I know.
No, I have one more gripe. It's space related.
Give it to us.
That Fantastic Four movie's coming out soon,
Sure.
and there was, I guess, trailer for and showing the Silver Surfer,
Oh, yeah.
who I don't give a shit if it's a woman or a man, like the Silver Surfer. But why is the CGI worse than it was in 2007?
Oh, because the world is garbage now. And
It's bewildering.
and they
to
don't
me.
want to pay CGI people anymore.
It's essentially the same basic thing as why does the original Jurassic Park look better than any of the Jurassic Worlds?
It's a great question.
That's fair. Yeah,
That one I do know. Yeah.
because they also showed Mr. Fantastic doing his stretchy things.
Barely.
And
yes.
but
Well, he
that
danced
looked
in the one.
well, but that looked way better than any other like even stretchy powers that they've shown on in any.
That looked better than anything. Then I want to kill myself. But go
Well, the new one, no, not the dancing one. The new. No, that looked terrible. Oh, that was yeah, that was dreadful.
Everyone goes to space. Everyone goes to space.
I like that. Then we get cosmic powers, right?
Yeah, we're just off the rails now.
But yeah, it looks like ass. And I'm gonna say something really like my love from Silver Surfer doesn't come from comics, comes from Joe Satriani surfing.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
I love it.
That's where I came into Silver Surfer.
Simpler times. Yeah.
And Shala Ball with whatever that fucking crackhead lady's name is from Ozark playing her. Yeah.
Oh, is that who it is?
Yeah.
That's what.
That's all I have
Like
to say
that's
about
whatever. But like, why does it look worse than?
It does look bad.
Yeah.
It does look
Maybe
bad.
they'll clean it up later. But like, Mr. Fantastic. Well, before it comes out, I guess in post. But like Mr. Fantastic stretching powers look better than any other stretching powers that they've done in like real
What I will say
in
like,
a real
I don't know
life.
like studios, massive studios like Disney, Marvel, all that shit, like, have really been like abusing and doing a poor job of utilizing CGI.
Well, yeah.
Work groups and stuff like that in past 10 years, really. And yeah, I'm not particularly surprised. And that particular movie has a very distinct art style. And maybe it's lost in that. I don't know, but it seemed very strange.
Well,
And also, I don't know if I care that much.
I could get on board with that, that 60s stylization, but this creature's coming from space. So, like, what the fuck did the 60s have to do with anything, you know?
It looks very strange, but that's Disney Marvel now.
Yeah, I noticed.
It's Hollywood, baby.
Yeah.
I noticed. I was watching the Doctor Strange Mouth of Madness, and I was like, huh, this isn't as good as I remember it. Like the CGI of it all. I was like, no, this is kind of.
I'm gonna make a suggestion that it's not gonna benefit us in any way, but it'll give you a good idea of how all this stuff works. There is a channel called Corridor Media. They are an independent group on YouTube. They existed there a long time, and they do stuff like that, like special effects, computer-generated special effects. And they do a very good job of talking about the industry and how, like, big houses, like, under the Disney umbrella just absolutely destroys it. They don't care. They're trying to do it as cheap as possible. That's why everything has been really wonky, particularly the past 10 years. Because they're like, they don't give a shit. They're kind of the worst. They, like, use and abuse everybody they hire for that sort of job.
Yeah, they were doing that with even the X-Men animated series. They like kind of fired the entire art department.
Oh, they don't care. It's Master Disney, and Disney ruins everything.
That both of these conversations, when you said it's Hollywood, baby, and then just like the CGI stuff, just takes me to that stupid Snow White remake.
Oh, I know. Well,
I've
barely seen anything about it, and it looks atrocious.
It looks atrocious. They did that fake out thing where it's just like, I think we did a little bit of an episode on it.
Yeah.
Where there's just like, instead of them being dwarves, they were just like
CGI.
No, they're just regular people.
Regular people.
One little person. And they were just like regular people. And then what ended up happening was like everybody.
Why?
Because Peter Dinklage bitched about hiring fucking little people.
Why?
Dwarves. Because he was like, oh, well, that's like fucking insensitive to my people or whatever. And it's like, dude, you can't.
I'm yelling at you because I have no one else to yell at.
You can't, like, and I said that on that
There's
episode.
your new Toxic Avenger, baby.
Yeah.
God,
man.
You can't.
That actually looks good.
You can't freaking get every role intended for dwarves and then kick out the fucking ladder when you're like, well, I don't want this fucking, but this will give jobs to other fucking people. Like, I get it. Like,
What do you expect from a ska musician?
Yeah. He's also a Rush fan, so I can't really
New
give
Jersey?
him too much shit.
Well, I know he's from New Jersey.
Yeah.
And I know he's a ska musician.
Yeah.
Because they did that with the Willy Wonka, didn't they? Have what's his name? The British guy. He was like the face of the.
Hugh Grant.
What's that?
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant was the face of the.
The newest one. I didn't see that.
I haven't seen it either, but
He's a midget, huh? I didn't know that.
He was the only Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
The only Oompa Loompa. Timothy Chalamet Ding Dong.
Yeah.
was it him?
Yeah.
Timothy
Well,
Chalamet
that's the one. Was Willy
He was
Wonka?
Wonka.
Yeah.
I got to remind all you guys.
Hugh Grant
we
was
reacted
there.
to this
We
trailer.
did.
I
Yeah.
remember that, yeah.
It's only showing now how deep I tried to bury
we're
it.
supposed to have midgets in movies. We're not supposed to have
I
midgets.
mean, we're appropriate. Why not?
What they ended up doing is they had CGI dwarves,
Yep.
and they look terrible.
Yeah.
in
then
place of what did midget? I don't understand. What are we doing? What are we supposed to do?
That's the point.
That's the point. You don't know what to do because you'll offend somebody either way.
You know
But I
what?
guess-
Nobody gets rights.
Yeah, nobody
gets rights.
America.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
Going right back to the founding.
That's
Land-owning white men.
You know what? Not even whites.
Not even
Nobody
whites.
gets any rights.
Not even whites.
They've
Nah,
had them too long.
It goes to the dogs now. They'll treat us right.
This is where the rise of the planet.
Dog cat war.
I'm fine with
2049.
that, honestly, yeah.
Maybe this will be the rise of the Planet of the Apes.
I don't know how that goes.
Kill it. Kill it right there.